Hey there. This may or may not be the first video you've seen from my channel, and if that's the case, welcome to the video. Anyways, I know that the people that do watch me know I only make anime, manga, and light novel discussion videos. YouTube announced something that I, as a content creator, can't ignore. They are removing the dislike button from YouTube videos. Effectively, what this means is that you no longer can see how the community feels about the said content in question. I think I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's explain why YouTube is doing this in the first place. Apparently, it's to stop targeted dislikes against content creators, mainly smaller channels. This is reinforced multiple times on social media by YouTube themselves, so at a glance, this seems fine, right? They want to protect their small channels, however, this in fact is loaded with lies. For one, YouTube themselves even admit the dislikes will still only be visible to the content creator, but to others, it'll look like an empty dislike button next to potentially hundreds or thousands of likes. So if they really were trying to protect their smaller content creators, or even their big content creators, then YouTube wouldn't even have a dislike button at all, even for the content creator to see. So what other reason is there to remove the dislike button for the public can't see it? Well, for starters, let's talk about the last YouTube Rewind. The dislikes enough are a disgrace to YouTube's overall image and how they lost what made Rewind so good for the community, and that YouTube became more detached from what really was YouTube of the past. Secondly, a lot of big companies get massive amounts of dislikes because people don't like their product or because they really don't care about their consumer or whatever. A recent example is this right here with Nintendo. Also, I feel like it doesn't need to be said, but I definitely should add in because it's also relevant. Politics and news videos are in the same boat as what happened with Nintendo. So obviously, YouTube wants to protect the images of these big companies, organizations, and governments from public embarrassment. And I'll reiterate that if it really was for protecting content creators, the dislike button would be removed completely, where the YouTubers themselves would not be able to see it. Okay, so let's say YouTube doesn't listen to us, the community. What happens next? Well, for starters, I know for a fact many that are currently watching this video have at least looked up one tutorial video on YouTube for something. It doesn't have to be a guide for a video game, but it could be something like how do you fix a car engine. With the dislike button not visible for people, we can't filter out the content at a glance to see if the video is misleading or doesn't explain things properly to the watcher. Not to mention sometimes guides become outdated for video games mainly and need a new video to explain more. This will lead to misinformation videos looking legit because if it has thousands of likes but no dislikes, people get the feeling you can believe the video, even if maybe underneath there is probably tens of thousands of, dislikes. Now, there is a way for this to be countered, obviously, the comments section. The comment section is going to become a lot more toxic thanks to this change from YouTube. You know how we have the word ratio on social media? Well, that's going to become rampant in the comment section because of the lack of dislike button. Obviously, the content creator can actually remove these comments and censor comments, so it's not as effective, but it will lead to spam in the comments, and big discussions will be harder to do thanks to it in the end. So, in the end, this is a pretty terrible situation, because I pride myself in my like to dislike ratio. It lets me know at least the people that do watch me enjoy my content, and also the opposite is incredibly true. It lets me know if I need to work on something and do better and correct the mistakes I made maybe in videos. But I guess I'll leave it at that. But yeah, it's bad. Anyways, if I informed you or helped you in any way with this video and let you know something, please leave me a like or subscribe. Leave me a dislike as well if you don't like the video. But regardless, thank you so much for watching the video. I know this isn't the type of video that I normally do, but it is important for content creators to speak up about this. I love you all and be safe. Chibi out.